back on stage. We've ventured to the Middle East now, and I'm delighted to have Anita Mendaretta back with me. Anita, thank you. Do you have a bit of jet lag?
Myself.
Yes,
It was. I think it was the quickest direct flight I've ever taken from India to the Middle East, so that was quite fun. But I must admit that I'm missing doing the real thing.
Well, there is that. But what's interesting is we've had some interesting polls, which you can see on the right-hand side. Now, did you drink coffee or tea during your coffee break, the networking break? And 72% of you, 252 votes, chose coffee over tea. So those tea drinkers need to drink up. So, Anita, I'm going to hand it over to you now because we've got great sessions throughout the Middle East, leading on then to Europe. We've got breakouts going on, but I'm going to you take us from here.
Thank you, Jonathan. Excellent. Welcome back, everyone. Indeed, we hope you had a lovely break, and I am terribly excited to introduce our next guest. Bench Events and Hospitality Tomorrow really do have masterful capabilities in terms of bringing some of the finest leaders in the world to the stage and to the virtual stage. And when I heard that this lovely gentleman was confirmed, I was thrilled, as I've known him for several years, admired him for several years. We love and adore many leaders, including late President Mandela, with our connection back to South Africa. It is Jerry Inzerillo. He is the CEO of Diriyah Gate Development Authority in Saudi Arabia. He is a man and true officer gentleman of hospitality globally. He is a hotelier at heart. He's a pioneer. He has ventured the world and struck ground in new developments that are quite unique. And he's not now, unsurprisingly, doing the same in Saudi Arabia. Diriyah Gate Development Authority was established in July of 2017, so still relatively a baby, but not with the hyperspeed that we know that Saudi Arabia is developing all of its world right now around Vision 2030. And it is about preserving history, celebrating community, and developing a historic site in one of the world's greatest gathering places and a hub for Saudi culture and heritage. Jerry, we know you have much to share. We are so grateful to have you with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the time, and I will see you at the end. Much love and thanks.
Very good. Thank you, Anita, one of my favorite people in the world. So good to be with you. And Jonathan, a very, very special thank you. Because of your vision and your dedication to global tourism, you have taken these new mediums and you have joined a whole link of people all over the world to communicate. And in these times, communication is always important, but never more important than it is now. So thank you for organizing the global community. You've always been one of our great leaders, but now even more so to bring everybody together. So thank you. I'm absolutely delighted to visit with everybody today. My warmest wishes from a hospitality point of view from everyone globally, and to all of our very, very special friends and colleagues that are listening in the Middle East. A very special Ramadan Mubarak. Salam alaikum. Good to be with you. I've been asked to speak for 10 minutes this morning before we take some questions regarding leadership in a time of crisis. And this is a very, very important thing. We are very blessed in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia because at one time, we don't have one exceptional leader, we have two. And we've seen the benefit of this leadership now with the custodian of the two holy mosques, His Majesty King Salman, and our very dynamic Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, who have been so generous. So in the 30 million plus people who live in Saudi Arabia, His Majesty the King has said that all medical treatment, all testing, all treatment, whether you're here legally or illegally, it doesn't matter now. This is about humanity. This is about empathy. So we have treated everybody. We have isolated everybody. The fatality rate, when you look around the world with COVID-19, some of the numbers are heartbreaking. And we have a little over 200 fatalities in the kingdom. That's 200 too many as compared to the tens of thousands and the hundreds of thousands around the world. But it's because of the Saudi leadership and the empathy and the generosity that we've gotten through this. Thanks to His Majesty and the Crown Prince, we have kept everybody employed. There's been very, very substantial subsidies given to even the private sector to keep the workforce employed. There's been amazing acts of generosity with meals and distribution of medical supplies, pharmaceuticals, sundries, food to keep the society as we manage this COVID-19. So our thanks to everybody for keeping the country safe. We are now 400 people at the Diriyah Gate Development Authority, 83% of them Saudi, 36% of them females, 16% of those females in management. I'm delighted that 15% of our staff are from the community we serve, which is Diriyah. So these are all very, very positive things as we look to the future. But we still have to get through the next few weeks, the next few months. And as we all know globally, tourism and travel is going to be very challenged for the rest of the year. But we cannot give up faith. People will travel again. I've said this consistently. I've said consistently that love spreads faster than a virus, and remaining optimistic, faithful, and positive is certainly much more contagious than any virus. We're going to get through this. Now, in 5 minutes, I'd like to reiterate some things that we've known for hundreds of years, and that is what is expected of us during a time of a crisis. Well, generosity is very important. Honesty is very important. Empathy is very important. But acceptance of responsibility, because people look for leadership to say, is everything all right? Do you see me? Do you hear me? Do I matter? Each individual as we address the collective. So with times of crisis, you have to lead. You have to make people know that you're all in it together and that we're human. And leaders can be vulnerable too, but everybody expects honesty. So what we do at the Diriyah Gate Development Authority, which the Crown Prince has encouraged everyone, and we're not special at DGDA. We say there's only one Diriyah, but everybody's the same way. And that is that every Sunday, we communicate with all 400 members of the DGDA staff to lay out what the next week is going to be, what's expected, keep our focus, keep our resolve, and specifically lay out what's needed to be done. And then every Thursday, because as many of you know, in the Middle East, our weekend is Friday and Saturday, but every Thursday before we conclude, we thank everybody for the exceptional good work, and we get ready to set up what the next week is going to be on a Sunday. So constant communication, but not preaching, communicating, saying that we're all in it together. We have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline. Anybody that has any concern physically, emotionally, not just for the staff member, for their entire family, we have a 24/7 hotline. If you're worried, concerned, anxious, not feeling well, let us know. We do it right away. The other thing is that in honesty being the best policy, leaders have to tell the real truth. You don't varnish things during times of crisis. You have to share as much as you know so people feel I'm well informed and my opinion matters. So you have to be decisive. You have to take decisions. Not all of them are going to be correct, but you got to move quick. In times of crisis, you have to be decisive. You have to be early. We jumped on this COVID-19 thing, His Majesty, the Crown Prince, all of our ministers, our defense force, we jumped on this thing late January. And that's why if you look at the fatalities divided into the amount of cases, we have one of the most effective rates in the world, fully knowing that one life lost is one too many. But that's because we were decisive, we took early decisions, we were strict in making sure that those protocols were met. So this is very important. Social media, we use humor every single day. We have full chat rooms with all 400 of our employees. Share things about your families. Share things about funny things, videos, recipes, because what happens is humor is a good dose of medicine during crisis. So I know many of you are doing it all over the world. We have to keep our resolve. The next few months are going to be difficult. So you have to see if it means that you're out of work, a lot of government programs, private sector programs, file for unemployment. See if you can get help financially. There's financial assistance, loan programs, private sector programs, just to get through it. It's going to come back. So we just have to stay together. You have to communicate. If you're anxious, if you're not feeling well, let someone know, because this is the time. The other thing that we've done, and I'm so proud, of our 400 people at DGDA, over 200 have taken courses to invest in themselves on online learning that we've done during this last 10 weeks. So please take this time to invest in yourself. It's a very, very good training. So I hope this is a little bit of an overview. I want everybody, please stay strong. We're going to get through this. Let's keep our resolve. I know it's 10 weeks now and some 12 weeks, but it's going to take a few more months, but we're navigating through this. And I just want to thank Anita, one of my favorite people, and Jonathan, one of my favorite people, for allowing me to say thank you to everybody for your resolve, your courage, and your positivity.
Jerry, thank you. And I must say, you have reminded me again, because I haven't spoken to you for some time, why I love you as a leader. And you really have brought to the stage what has been critical and why Hospitality Tomorrow was created, and what it takes in terms and the difference it makes when leaders are honest and saying, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's long. There's a lot of fear out there. And we're not just going through a travel and tourism and hospitality crisis. This is a humanitarian crisis, and everyone is suffering. But you've shown that by, as a leader, showing your humanity, how precious that is in keeping other people strong. So thank you genuinely for being with us. I'm incredibly grateful. I wish you strength. Stay home, stay well, stay safe, keep your hands clean, and please give my love to Prudence when you see her.
I will. It's my great honor. People are going to travel. Stay strong, everybody.
Indeed. Take care. Go well.